Oh, are we live? We're live down here in the not so sunny, sometimes sunshiny Southern California. I'd like to welcome you back to the show, Outlaw Outdoors, everybody, where we bring the viewing community an up-to-date analysis of the hunt for the raccoon dog. And I know some of you are probably saying, well, now, D, we're big fans of the show, and you know, we noticed that looks like you're wearing the same shirt on today's episode that you had on yesterday's episode. And we like to say, you know, that's what they call a continuity production. And we find that to be a very valuable thing, and we value that very much. And it turns out yesterday on the episode, we were at the cannabis job fair at UCLA, and it was a great, amazing experience. Met a lot of fine folks over there, and I tell you, I met some other fine folks too, of a different type of crowd coming out of that event. Walking down the sidewalk, they had a nice little some would say a entrapment there by LAPD. Our fine good folks over at the Los Angeles Police Department. I wanted to check out what I was doing over there, and they came up. They said, well, sir, you look familiar. Have we seen you before? I said, well, probably so, sir. And as I went back through the history of my beloved experiences with law enforcement over the years, starting out as a child and working our way through adolescence and into the younger youthful days, and they said, well, now we're going to have to maybe possibly take you downtown and ask you a few more questions, sir, Mr. Gann. I said, well, okay, let's do that, fellas. And so as you can see, you know, we ended up on our way down there, and you know, God bless them, the fellas needed a little donut action, so they pulled into actually, I think they got hot dogs was the deal. And it was a hot dog stand I'm not familiar with. But, you know, I was like feeling a little antsy. I knew I had some things coming up today that were really a little bit more important than speaking with law enforcement about some prior failure to appear on jaywalking tickets. You know, that's we can have that discussion another time, fellas. I'm kind of pressed over here on my schedule. So, you know, I did the little, you know, the little dance around, get the cuffs around it, you know. Took me a little time. I'm a little stiff, but I got that out of there, and then spent most of the last evening trying to. That's a pretty tough thing right there to bust open, and I want to tell you guys that that brings us up to another topic of safety. You know, when you're busting metal pieces or wood or rocks or anything like this, you're throwing some dirt and dust around, you really need to pay attention to your eye protection and lung protection too. Hearing is okay, we're gonna have to roll the commercial here pretty quick, but so I got that done, and now I'm gonna have to I got a buddy over here. It's a welder. He's got a nice little shop over here. He's got a grinder, and we'll probably put my hand in a vise and I'll get it up in there. But now again, I'll probably wear a face shield for a procedure like that, and get that up there and make sure that my hand, you know, when I'm grinding that steel, that's like titanium. You know, these things aren't easy to get off. I've done it a couple times, but you get it up in there and be ready to just bam, you know, and these will come off. But and we'll get back with the LAPD, because I really, let's not bullshit around here and be disrespectful, because they're a great, fine institution, and they will institutionalize you. And but they've straightened me out a couple times, and when I needed it, and put me on a better path. So let's not be, you know, this is not a disrespect thing. This is a purely scheduling issue with me, and we'll get back with the LAPD on that, on them jaywalking tickets. But back to the show, we're going to take some time here as we go to my partner's welding shop to look for the raccoon dog again. And let's take a walk around here. And we're getting back over here on some sacred hallowed ground. These buildings are coming down quick. They're getting rid of these things because the last of these ruthless, dirty, homeless bastards. There are a few of them out here. They're really all they are a criminal. That's all they're doing. And, you know, they're just in the wrong place in their heart and their mind. But let's not let them take advantage of us. Too. Now there are some good folks out there that are homeless. They're just caught up in some stupid shit and made some wrong choices. Doesn't make them bad people. But you know, so try to get them some help that they need or whatever. Myself included, we're getting that. But then some of these guys out here on the street are really truly thugs, and they'll jump you and they'll hurt you bad. So they're trying to get rid of these buildings over here, so that there's nowhere else for them to come in and, you know, commit their criminal acts. And then every once in a while you run across, you see this kind of shit. You know, it sucks. There's a nice boot, you know. It's almost my size too, but there's only one. And in that one, you know. Doesn't it suck? You only find one shoe. All right. I wouldn't wear that shit anyway. Hey, I might do a yard sale or two once in a while. Thrift store. All right, we're going back here looking for that raccoon dog. And these are spooky places. You guys want to go in there? I don't feel like getting my ass kicked this bright and early in the morning. Century Boulevard's right over here. So this all used to be, this was all apartments back in the day. This all open, this field right here, that was all apartment building. All of it. It was what, you know, they call some of it lower income housing. And again, and I wandered through some of these buildings. They were nice apartments, you know. It's what you make of that kind of stuff. And as you can see, somebody just decided to make their own fucking gate right there. It's ridiculous. You're gonna go and destroy somebody's fence, and it's only this fucking tall, and there's no barbed wire. You just climb over it, asshole. That's a fucking asshole that does stuff like that. You know, if I had to get over this fence and I truly needed to get over there, I'd jump the fence. I'm not going to destroy somebody's goddamn fence. Fucking crazy. I'll trespass on their property, but I won't destroy their fence. You know. And see, there's another spot where they did it. And then they had to come back and put this piece in to cover the hole. You know, destroying a man's fence. And when I say, you know, man, woman, let's not, you know, that's in the both sexes I'm talking about. Destroy a person's fence. You're destroying their livelihood sometimes, man. There might be a reason why there's a goddamn fence. Keep the damn cattle in. Jeez Louises. But, see, now this is a spot where I like this kind of stuff. You want to look for tracks. And another thing, when you're out and you're looking for tracks, especially in the sand and any kind of dirt, and when you're out there looking for stuff and you want to judge, well, how old is this track, you know? And you got to look at how, you know, got to pay attention to how much moisture is in the air. Has it rained recently? How about the wind? Sand, you can walk through some sand and it doesn't take a really good wind either, and just a few minutes later your tracks are gone. You know, you can and you won't be able to tell how much time's passed. So it's a tricky thing to judge how old tracks are. It might look really old, but you need to judge the environmental factors around that, you know, because tracks will disappear pretty quickly depending on the surface that you find them too. And that's a good thing. That's another thing, them ninjas. I love them Japanese mountain men. You guys know I love them wild Japanese mountain men. But they had a deal. What made them such legendary warriors too, some of the tricks of their trade of confusing the enemy. And they do this thing with their feet where, I don't know if you know, one foot's going one way, one foot's going the other way. Kind of like the good fellas, one dog looks one way, the other dog looking the other way. This guy over here is like, what do you want from me, you know? But they do this thing when they walk to leave a confusing path too. It was really, you know, them ninja. You don't want to fuck with a ninja. Not these Hollywood ninja. Those guys are, you know, they don't know what they're doing. Real ninja. Look at this place. Is that spooky or what? Yeah. Well, I got to get back to getting these bracelets off that the city of LA has so kindly graced me with. And all right, I don't see any raccoon dogs. I'm going to keep this one short and hold on. All right, we're got to cut to a commercial, and hope you guys have a great day and stay safe.